Hey there, crafty friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. What I'm teaching you today is going to be very useful for all of my Etsy shop owners or those of you that have been wanting to open up your first Etsy shop. This is also so great for somebody who already has an Etsy shop that's struggling a little bit. They probably think that their page needs a little bit more TLC. This video is for you. So actually in today's video, we're going to go over a shop logo and a shop banner and how important it is for you to have that in your Etsy shop. The reason why I wanted to dedicate a whole entire YouTube video just on this, showing you step by step, is definitely because I just finished auditing about 43 Etsy shops. I want to say about 70% of all these new Etsy shops, whether they were new, ongoing, old Etsy shops, a lot of them didn't have a banner. A lot of them didn't have a nice logo that matched their banner. And what I really need you all to understand is that the logo, the banner, the profile picture, they're always one of the first things that your customer is going to look at as soon as they go into your Etsy shop. You need to make sure that the viewing experience of your Etsy shop is actually enjoyable for them. Think of your Etsy shop like a TikTok page that you really love or like an Instagram page that you're obsessed with. It's very attention grabbing. It kind of all flows together. That's exactly what I want you guys to do for your Etsy shop. So with that said, let's go straight to the computer. I'm going to show you guys how I do it the easy way. It's not complicated whatsoever. You do not have to be a graphic designer to know how to make a banner for your Etsy shop. Trust me. Let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, so we're here in Canva. I'm going to screen share this whole time while I'm doing this with you and showing you step by step. So just follow along and I'll talk you through everything. Don't worry. Now, side note, in Canva, there's a free membership and there's a pro membership. To do the banner, you do not need to have the pro membership. You can even use it with the free membership services, but to get certain fonts, to get certain cool images, things like that, and to remove backgrounds and do any AI stuff on here, obviously you will need the pro membership. Just letting you know, but I'm still going to show you how to do this in the free version, but I'm also going to show you little perks and stuff that are obviously only able for any pro membership. Okay, but let's get right into it. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is that we're here on the Canva website, and notice how it says your designs, templates, Canva AI. I like to just go ahead and click on templates, and then these are the ones that we've been working on recently, obviously because of Oscar's business. He does card detailing, but I'm going to go ahead and put in Etsy banner and hit enter. Now, as you can see here, they have a whole bunch of different options and templates. It does not mean that just because you like this one, that your Etsy shop has to be this one, but this really helps those of you that are watching that are not too creative to build something from the ground up. I'm going to teach you both ways, but just know that you could get a template and you could edit it and change things around and make it yours. So I'm going to show you that really quick. Watch. Okay, so let's just look for one that I kind of like, right? So I love this one. I love the colors here. So notice when I click on this one, they have a whole bunch of different ones that look kind of similar, right? So let's say I had an Etsy shop that has a lot of summer fun things right now. I would probably go for something like this or something colorful. But for the meanwhile, I'm just going to click on this one. Now this one's pro, but there are some here that are not pro. Anything that you see that has this little crown means that you can't use it in the free version. But the ones that don't have the crown, that means that you could use it in the free version. So for this video, I'm going to go for one of these free ones. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one that looks pretty simple, right? I'm going to hit customize this template. Now, let's say that I love the vibe already. It looks very girly, it looks very feminine, it looks kind of like retro-ish, but yet modern. But let's say that this pink is just not doing anything for me. It's a little bit too Pepto-Bismol, right? I'm going to go ahead and everything here in Canva is clickable. You see, if I hover over here or here or here, I can pretty much drag it, move it, whatever I want to do. But let's start with the background color. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this here and notice the same colors right up here. It's very similar to like Cricut Design Space. I'm going to click on there and then now we have different options. Cool thing about Canva is that obviously you could get any color you want, but they also have gradients as well that looks really nice. So let's say like your shop matches this type of design. You could do that. Maybe you're an orangey, greenish girl, whatever works for you. I'm going to actually go for this one. I think this is super cute. I love these colors together. So I clicked on that one. Now, let's say that I like this design, but I still think it looks too plain, right? I want to add some things that kind of make sense and what matches my shop, right? So first things first, if you have a logo, this is a great time to just upload it right over here and just add your logo here if you want in the middle, however you want to do it. Or maybe you don't want to add your logo. Maybe you could just write out your actual small business business name. So let's say we do, I don't know, Crafty Bar, right? Something like that. And let's say I wanted to add the crafty, kind of cute bar. Okay, so something as simple as that. And how did I do that? If you click on something just like Cricut Design Space, you could just double click here and it selects the whole thing. You could delete it or you could retype it as well, right? Or let's say that you just want to delete one thing like the craft bar. Or let's say that you want to change this color. You don't want it in white. Do the same thing. So right now, whatever you're selected on is exactly what you're working on. That's how Canva works, okay? So now that I'm selected on this crafty word, I'm going to go ahead and change this. Maybe I want to do, I don't know, something like bright like this. And then it's going to ask you change all things that are white to this. I don't want that to happen. I just want the word. So in that case, I'm just going to go like that and click blue. Boom. And let's say I kind of don't like that because you can't really see it, right? So let's go back here and let's go here. Let's look for like a really light color. Let me show you how to get like a specific color you want. You could go here, add a new color. Let's say I want to do something like super bright blue. I like that one. And we'll leave it at that. Super cute, right? You could start dressing this up very simply. Over here, you have a whole bunch of different tabs, right? So if you go on elements over here, then you could do, for example, you could search up something. Maybe you want to do something sea related. So let's go ocean waves. Maybe your shop has to do with that. I don't know. So ocean waves. And then it has graphics, audio, photos, right? Why does it have audios? Why does it have videos? Because remember, a lot of people use Canva for their social media, remember, which I do all the time. So I'm going to go to graphics because I want to like kind of put it like a sticker. I want to place it on here. So I'm going to go see all. And now look at all the different options that we have here. So go for whatever fits your vibe, right? So let's just scroll down here. Again, everything that has a little uh like a little crown is pro, so we wouldn't be able to use those. But there's a lot of them here that don't have the crown that you could use, okay? Remember, I do have a pro account, so they're always going to push more pro things on me, so it's a little bit different. So let's say that, I don't know, I like this. So let's say something as simple as that. Let's see how this looks over here. We can make it smaller. We can make it bigger by just pulling on one of the corners. Let's say I want to do something like this, but I wanted this to be a different color. Let's say I wanted it to be something like that. And let's say that I think this is too strong, right? Like I think the white is so like defined and bold. You could click on whatever you're clicking on and you could get this transparency button. I love this. I use it all the time, especially for my YouTube thumbnails. I'm going to click on this right here and you could make this, you see, dim out or be as strong as you want it to. But let's say I want something more like in the background. And let's say I want to expand it a little bit. Maybe something like that, right? Maybe I want to push this over a little bit because I feel like it's over eating like the waves, right? So we could do something like that. The crafty bar. Maybe I feel like there's something missing here. This is a part when you start asking yourself, what are you selling? Am I selling really pretty necklaces for maybe like beachy girls? Is that my audience? So let's say that my store was about that. You don't have to necessarily put a literal photo, right, of what you're selling onto your banner. You can, if you're very tech savvy, you could do it. I don't really suggest it because your listings already has, you know, pictures, but you could do a graphic that looks similar. Maybe you do have a cute picture. You could put a cute little background. I'm going to show you both ways right now. So let's first do a graphic that looks similar. So let's say that I do something like, I don't know, seashell necklace. Look how cute. Like I'm telling you, Canva has like such a huge library. So let's say that, I don't know, something like this is super cute. This one is a pro membership, by the way, remember. Let's say I want to add cute little things like that because it matches like my whole store, something like that. I wanted to add this in, make this a little bit bigger. Oh, another really cool thing is that let's say that you like the way this cartoon graphic is looking and you want more things that look similar to it. When you click on it, it says magic recommendations. Click on see all and you're going to see how many different things. Let's say that I sell, I don't know, things like this as well. Super cute. I actually like that behind the bar. Looks cute. Let's say I have my own product, right? So I'm going to upload it here. You can email it to yourself, save it to your desktop and just upload it. And you're going to have it right here and you could place it wherever you want. I don't suggest you putting a picture of your face on there, but this is just an example. So obviously this example, it looks a little bit rough, right? You see that white box behind me? Very easy. If you have a pro membership, just click background remover. And look, it makes you flow and it looks really good. So this is something of you customizing your own banner. Again, you could play around with this and use all the free features. You don't have to sign up for the pro membership. If you do the pro membership, you already see that there's a lot of benefits in that. Now, I kind of want to work on a logo with you guys, but from scratch, okay? So we're here in the home section of Canva. Now, if you see here, there's a lot of common things that people search for, but I'm still going to look at templates. And I'm going to be more specific this time. I'm going to put something like, I don't know, ocean logo. I guess that's the vibe I'm going for. I think this is giving me a sign that I have to go on a really nice vacation. I don't know. But I'm going to put ocean logo, okay? So let's go ahead and click enter and let's see what Canva produces for us. So as you can see here, Canva is Canva. They have a whole bunch of beautiful already pre-made templates, but we're going to kind of work on one on our own, okay? So again, you could just click on whichever one of these. Like let's say I really liked, I don't know, I'm looking. Sometimes the more simple the logo, the cuter it is and the more impact it makes. Sometimes when a logo is a little bit too busy, you have to admit that it's very distracting. It's kind of hard to remember. But if it's a strong, bold, kind of simple type of logo, you'd be surprised how that sticks. So let's say that I really like this one. I'm going to go ahead and customize this. And let's say that my shop is called the Laguna, and then I just double click that little part and then I'll put jewelry. Laguna jewelry. That actually looks really cute. Am I spelling jewelry right? I don't know. Okay, notice how Canva already gave you like a reversed one, like white and black and white. I always recommend you guys to just do that because you never know if maybe in the future you want to make your own merch for your small business and maybe you want to do white shirts, but the white Laguna is not going to look good if you print it and sublimate it. You know, just give yourself options. Once you have your finalized logo, just make sure to duplicate it in different ways so you could use it different ways, whether it's for packaging, for, I don't know, stickers or for shirts, for merch, whatever you want to do for your business. I always recommend having it in different styles. So I'm going to go ahead and click from here. I'm going to duplicate this page right there. You saw that little button. And let's say that I want this set to be more colorful, right? So I'm going to go here and I'm going to put, I don't know, maybe that same blue that we had earlier. I think it's so pretty. Okay, now let's do one from scratch. So let's go back to home and we're going to do the same thing. Again, let's just put logo. We just want a template. So notice the first thing here, it says create a blank logo. So let's go here. This is like a little mini lesson of Canva, by the way. So obviously to your left-hand side, you're going to have kind of inspo. You could still grab here and use it. If you see something that you kind of like let's say I really like this font, but it's going to take me forever to find that, just click on it and do a duplicate page, right? And do add page for a blank one. And let's make this, for example, white. And let's say that I just really like this font. Like I really want to bring it down. Guess what? You could just bring it down right here. You don't have to break your head looking for that specific font. So let's say that I really, really like this. And I want to just call it like mine, Laguna. Obviously, that color is not going to match too much, but we're going to change that now. This is where I would have fun. So I would double click everything to change the color. That front color is that really pale pink. Let's do something super light blue. And then that background, how do we get there, right? I'll show you right now. These are effects. So we're going to go ahead and click on effects. And then notice that it's right here. That's the shadow. So I just want to change that color to a different color, which is going to be a really dark blue, if not even black, whatever. It still looks good. Laguna. Or let's say that we don't like the shadow anymore. We kind of want to try something different. Let's say we want to do, I don't know, like an outline. Like we like that vibe more. We can make it as thick as we want, as skinny as we want. Maybe we like the splice vibe. Maybe we like the hollow, the lifted effect, the shadow. You can do so much of a complete background. You can make it as small, as tight as you want. But I think for this one, I'm gonna go for outline. I think it looks pretty. So let's do a different color because I don't like that color. Let's go over here. Perfect. I love this font too. Let's bring it down. And by the way, when you click on it, it's also going to show you right here. That's Montserrat, whatever. And then that's when we would bring this down here. And let's say we could do beach. Jesus. Okay, there we go. Jewelry. Okay, so let's say that I really like this like really fun font and then like a very plain all like capital vibe. I love playing around with fonts. I think it looks so nice. So once you're done doing all of this, all you have to do is click share here. I'm going to show you though with this. Okay. So once you're done with your banner though, I want you to go ahead and click share here and I want you to hit download. Okay, once you download, you don't have to worry about anything else. Just go ahead and click download. It's gonna download there. I want you to go to your Etsy shop. Let's go to my other account. So this is my older Etsy shop that I used to resell cups for. And I always had this as my banner. It made more sense for me to have pictures of what I was reselling and what I was giving out as blanks because that's what I was selling and that was my main profit, right? But if I was just specifically selling like grad stuff only, then I would do like a cute banner saying like the best shop for grads or something like really welcoming and nice, you know? Let's go edit shop. And then notice up here you have a banner section. You're going to go ahead and click on this little pencil. It's going to ask you change layout. I do have like the more upgraded version of Etsy, but in your way, it will just have one big banner style. So you see this like big banner. And then we're going to go ahead and click done. We're going to add an image, which is right here, our downloads, upload. And look how nice. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and leave this here. I'm going to click save. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you update your banners. Start it off in Canva. You could do it yourself. You don't have to pay anybody to do your damn banners. You could do it yourself, okay? Save your money. Get as creative or get as simple as you want. Just make sure you have a banner. Trust me when I tell you, it makes a huge difference. Not everything has to be identical, matchy-matchy, but at least have a vibe together. Let's say that your logo is like that, like sea stuff, and you're making necklaces and things like that. Have your logo here, but I want you to have your banner something similar or maybe even seasonal. I love seasonal banners. Another tip I want to give you guys. I always had my logo here for people to recognize that this is my shop. And over here, since I'm auditing pages, I had to have my actual logo there for people to know who is auditing. But I love it when you guys have a picture of yourselves here. Trust me when I tell you, like, I would love for you guys to do this. Choose a file, just add a photo of yourself like that. And I'm honestly doing like a really silly photo. So let's do this one here, my audit photo. Okay, let's say, I mean, obviously you could do like a selfie or whatever. You don't have to be a crazy photo like this. But go ahead, click save. What's really nice about that is that customers love to see that there's a real human behind the shop. Remember, we are not Amazon here, okay? We are real people making real things handmade, okay? People know that they're going into Etsy is to buy things that are handmade or very special items, custom, personalized, whatever the case may be. Give your future customers a little bit of confidence where they could see it. Oh my God, wow, she put so much effort into her Etsy shop. Look at her picture. She looks so nice. I can't wait to support her. This is a real person. I'm loving this so far. Alrighty guys, so let me know in the comments, what did you think about today's video? I've always really wanted to go really in depth into like Etsy banners and Etsy logos. Let me know in the comments your feedback. Was it easy to follow? Was it easy to understand? Do you think that you could do it yourself? Are you kind of like pumped to try doing it on your own right now? Are you happy that you don't have to pay anybody to do your own banner for your Etsy shop? You could do it yourself, of course. That is why this is Annie Cricket's DIY. We do it ourselves. I'm going to teach you how to do it yourself. And for any of you wondering, I do audit Etsy shops. It does take me a while. Remember, I get a lot of requests in. So I'm going to definitely leave you the link to apply down in the description below. My audits aren't just like one page or like a couple of notes. No, my audits are like 6 to 7 pages always. I'm sorry. It's a lot of info, and obviously I want to see all of you succeed. So it's really important to me. Another note, a huge announcement. I finally opened up that other YouTube page that I wanted to record like my self-healing and my self-love journey and my weight loss journey. So if anybody out there is more interested to get to know me as a person, not just as a creator, I'm gonna also tag my other YouTube account that I just opened this weekend. I have only uploaded my second video and I've gotten so much support from. I am so appreciative. As always, thank you so much for the support. Let me know in the comments for any special requests on any videos or any topics you want me to discuss, or even any projects involving anything crafty that you want to see next. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, you're subscribed, and you have your notification bell on so you can never miss a video. Love you guys. See you really soon.